I guess my thing is tutorial videos now. What's going on, you misfits? I am Ren. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be doing another little tutorial video, per se. This is going to be about making thumbnails in GIMP. I know in my initial VTuber tutorial, I made a short segment at the end showing me making that thumbnail. I want to go a little bit more in depth and talk more about what stuff I use in GIMP, because I use a few plugins. And yeah, I'm just going to show you me making a thumbnail for this video. I've already made it beforehand, but I am going to show you the process of me making it from scratch. Makes no sense when I say that, but it'll make sense when I show you. So let's jump over to GIMP. All right, here we are over in GIMP, and we are going to start off by making a new image. So, I'm going to go to File, New, and mine is already set to default open 1920 by 1080. That's how I make pretty much everything. It's just an image. It creates a blank background that's just white. We are actually that. And one thing I do is I've made a preset image that I use. So you can't folder. Hold on. Document project. Thumbnails folder. Okay, so here in my thumbnails folder, I've created this image. This is a GIMP folder that I have. That is it's just gray. Pure gray. That's all it is. And it's just got the scroll design because it's good to have a nice, interesting background behind you. Make something. On top of that, I'm going to make a new layer. And we're going to give it some color. Now, GIMP is typically associated with, like, their mascot, Wilbur, I think is the name, who's typically like a tannish color. So I think I'm going to make this a brown. So to make brown, what you actually end up doing, I've got it saved in here, actually, all these different browns. But you go to orange, and you reduce, brightness, and it makes brown. There's your brown range. Technology Connections, I can say names, has a really interesting video about digital brown and how cool it is of a color. Go watch that video after this one. But yeah, I've already got a preset color, so it's going to be this one. I'm going to say OK. I'm going to use the fill bucket to completely cover it. And now you can't see that pattern, which is kind of a problem. So what we're going to do is if you double click on that icon, you get these options. In the blend mode, we are going to change to multiply. Hit OK. And now you can see it. It's a little dark. We may want to lighten it up some, which that's pretty easy to fix. So the reason you set it to multiply will darken the color when the blacks are darker on the layer below it, and lighten the color when the colors are whiter on the layer below it. So if you have a black and white or grayscale image, it'll essentially colorize that while keeping the patterns and shapes and whatever is on the layer below it. Very useful. I use this blend mode all the time. It is the most used blend mode that I use, other than just none. So we're going to actually want to make this a bit lighter. So we're going to go over to colors. When you've selected the layer, you want to select the layer that you're doing this on. So you want to go to colors and go to hue and saturation, and just fiddle with it. Hue will change the actual color, lightness will change how bright or dark it is, and saturation will change how colored or grayed it is. So we're going to up the lightness a little bit. And maybe lower the saturation. Actually, no. Actually raising the saturation. I'm just going to keep that near 0 and just lighten it a bit. That's good enough. I just do it by look. I don't have a specific number I'm looking for. I just fiddle with them until I think it looks good. So the next thing we are going to add is me. So I gotta find where my image is. I think I have it in my pictures folder, anime, Ren. Yeah, there I am. There I am. There's me. Oh god, I'm fucking massive. Okay, so let's fix that. So we're going to use the scale tool. If you click and hold over here, it'll probably be set to this one. Just click and hold and you get all these transformation tools. I wish move and scale were combined into one tool. There may be a plugin to do that, because I'd rather them be together, but this is fine. So we're just going to go, you want to go around this. This is the center point, this square right there. So just go around center point so that it always stays in frame. There you are. Now I've got him in frame. However, I don't really want him in frame. I want him, or I should say I want me, be a little out of frame. I want just the upper body. That should work. We're going to scale it. And now I'm going to select the move tool. And I'm going to move over to here. That looks good. There we are. So now we've got these. If you notice this yellow border around stuff, that is the size of the layer. So as long as this yellow border is here, everything within that yellow border is editable. You can change this by right-clicking it and choosing layer to image size. But if you do that, now if I move him, now the part outside the yellow border is cropped and it is no longer accessible. If I Control Z, if I keep him with this border size, I can still move him around and everything in that image is still editable. So ideally, don't worry about the yellow border until the end, or if you have text layers. If you have text layers where nothing is cropped off and you're wanting to make a stroke, which we'll be doing in a minute, that is a good time where you're going to want to resize the layer to be the size. Speaking of which, I think we're going to make that next. Actually, we don't need to do that. All we need to do is cool. So here is my font. Then Tektro Condensed. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know how to really pronounce the name of this font. It's just a free for commercial use font that I think looks really fucking cool. So I went with it. So we're going to reset our colors. Clicking that icon. And I like to use white with a colored background. And I actually, I need to pull up the initial thumbnail I'm trying to recreate. Yeah, here it is. Open with image view. Twin view. That's what I like to use. Here we are. I actually made it a little lighter, but I think I like the lighter one more. Oh, right. I forgot I made that little light. Okay. Yeah. So actually, I'm going to show you some pretty cool stuff. So we're going to do the text next. I've got the font tool selected. We're going to name this. What do we want to name this? Let's name this. Make the thumbnails. That's probably a bit wide, so we're going to move the cursor back to here and enter. I'm going to select all, and I think I want to be right justified for this. And now we can take the move tool, move it where we want. I actually like that font size. I typically fit around 260 pixels for the font size, and that tends to be good. It's actually a 9, but whatever, close enough. I'll sometimes make it a little slower if there's a lot of text, or a little smaller if there's a lot of text, or a little bigger if there's just like one word. But generally, 260 seems to be a good size for this stuff. So this is a situation where you want to resize the layer to be the same size as the image because the layer is smaller. So once we position this where we want it, which will be this right here, then we are going to right-click the image, and we are going to duplicate the layer. The reason for this, and then we're going to hide this one, the reason is that once you resize the layer, you won't be able to edit the text anymore. So if you want to ever edit your text later on, it's good to have a backup layer where you can edit the text. Otherwise, you have to recreate the layer, and that's a little... So on this new one that we've made, we're going to layer to image size. And there we are. Now you see it's no longer a text layer, it's just a normal image. We're also going to rename this to text base. I'm going to move this down to here, out of the way. And now we are going to make new layer. Layer for now. I'm going to name this one color back. Oh, ground. It's good to name your layer so that you know what's what. This is going to become text stroke. So we are going to actually create a new layer group. A layer group is just a folder for you to put layers into where you can move and somewhat edit them at the same time. It's kind of limited in what you can edit a layer group at the same time. Like, I don't think you can draw on a layer group. Oh my god, you can draw with... What? Hold on. That's... It had my clipboard image. I was showing some people some stuff I set up in OBS. The D&D group that I play with on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. at twitch.tv/ConstellationCorvy. I'm the GM. I'm trying to kill them so much. I'm evil. Yeah, so you can't draw or erase on a group of layers. You have to do that on the individual layers. But if you move the layer group, it moves everything within the layer group, which is really nice. So to make a stroke for this image, what we're going to end up doing is we're going to go to our text base, that is a normal image. We're going to right click and then alpha to selection. That will select everything that is not see-through or clear or an alpha layer. Those are all the same thing. They're different terms for it. And next we are going to go to select, grow, and we're going to grow it by about, let's say 15 pixels. Okay. And there we are. That looks really good. There is one slight change I want to make. That is, these little 1 pixel gaps drive me insane. So we just go to the rectangular select, hold down shift, and select over them. That adds it to the selection. Go through, just add that because little 1 pixel gaps are just going to make it look ugly. If you hold control and scroll wheel, you can zoom in and out. Makes it real quick. Always remember to hold shift before you click, or else it'll deselect everything and you'll start making a new selection. Then you got to start over. Okay, so now that we have that selected, we're going to go to the text stroke layer that we made. And we're going to choose some colors. So I'm going to go with blue. Lighter blue. Yeah, that works. And for the other color, I'm going to do like a dark purple. Still want it pretty vibrant, though. That works. All right, and if you hold on the bucket, get a gradient. So now we are going to make... Oh, that's the wrong one. We want... Just any one of these. This one will be a lot smoother of a transition. The RGB one, the HSV, will be a little bit more bandy, which gives a little bit more variety. I'm actually down for that, for the background to text. You're just going to draw a line. That's it. The longer you draw it, the further the fade is. I'm going to move that a little. I don't like that coloring that much, actually. We're going to change this more of a reddish purple. There we go. And we're going to do it again. There we go. I like that a lot more. All right, that works actually. So then close out of it. Go to the magic select. Select outside the yellow border to deselect. And there you go. Now we've got the background for that. This is not done, however. There is one more thing we're going to do. And that is we are going to go to the transformation tools again. We're going to do 3D transform. If you click and drag, start warping it to make it look three-dimensional. There we go. And transform. Now we can repeat this a little bit. That's good. Now if you notice, the image is bigger. We don't really need this image to be bigger than the layer size because this is all of the image. We're just going to right click, layer to image size. No, we're not. We have to do that on the individual layers of the layer group, not the layer group itself. Totally forgot about that part. There it goes. Now we're good. So next we're going to add on the GIMP logo, which I have saved in a folder somewhere. I actually don't remember where. I legit do not remember where I saved that GIMP logo. Is it in question mark? Edits? Nope. I don't remember where I saved it. Well, that's fine. I can open the other one. This is the thumbnail I'm basing this off of. I'm making another one for another video. I'm just going to select A and Control C. I'm going to Control V. Okay, I'm stealing that from the other thumbnail. Start changing. And we're going to move that actually. Ooh, what did I just do? Okay, we're back now. I have managed to recreate everything we made up until that point. I think I may want to my character a little bit. Yeah, scale myself down just a touch to get it the same way I had it before. There we go. All right, so now we got that. We've got a thing. We got Wilbur. I need to. Oops. Oops, wrong layer. Touch. There. Actually, I think I'll put you on top. Yeah, and I'll make you bigger. A little bit blurry there, but it's a thumbnail, so it's all right. I guess it's fine if it's cropped off just. World. And that still mostly looks good. All right, so that's going to be pretty much our thumbnail. Now, the last little thing I like to add to it is this is going to be thumbnails, a Linux-focused video. So I will throw something I made for Linux-focused video, which is this little guy in the corner. I've also, and before anyone asks, gotta throw that to the very top. Yes, I do also have one if I ever make a Windows-focused video. That is what it will be. Highly doubt I'm going to really use that because that kind of defeats the whole point of this channel, which is that it is Linux focused and how you can do stuff for free. But if there are free programs in Windows that I want to talk about, this will be for the thumbnail. Like if I make a new video about VC Face, I'll probably make it a Windows focused video. It'll probably still talk about Linux and how to run it in Wine, but if it's mostly about Windows, that's the icon that I'm going to use. So I'm going to actually that one back on. So yes, this is how you make free thumbnails using free software. This is going to be the thumbnail for this video. I don't know entirely how long we've been recording for. Been recording for half an hour, so that's actually quite a lot of footage I need to edit. Oh boy. Anyways, that's going to be the end of this tutorial. Keep in mind that even though I did do all of this on Linux, this also applies to Windows. And yes, you can get GIMP on Windows. It's completely free. The first time I used GIMP was when I was only using Windows. And I've actually started to grow to like it a little bit more than Photoshop. Even though I do have more experience with Photoshop because I learned it in school and all this other stuff. But yes, GIMP, great little program. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So thank you all so much for watching it. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button, hit subscribe, get notified of when I post new videos, except you won't because you also need to hit the bell. If you like, comment, and subscribe, it helps me immensely with the algorithm because YouTube is weird. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.